What's going on, guys? Welcome back to DTC Auto. We got today for you some lovely kind of Stellantis Chrysler product, a 2014 Ram. I already have the scan tool hooked up, and according to this, we got a cylinder 3 misfire and a random multiple misfire. So in this case, I'm going to start off by checking out the misfire monitors on this just to confirm that this is in fact misfiring on cylinder number 3. Okay. I hear a very loud tick, and that compression, just that one initial crank, did not sound normal. And we got plenty of misfires counting up on cylinder number 3. So based on the fact that I hear this tick, and we do have a dead miss here, just non-stop thumping, we're gonna start off with a relative compression. So I'm gonna go ahead and disable this engine from running by pulling the fuel pump fuse. So let's find that. Go to our TIPM here. Okay, I see fuel transfer pump. Where are we? Normally I would just look this up on the power engine performance diagram, but I've been doing so many of these lately, it always tends to be the same one, fuse 70. Okay, so let's take the fuse out of fuse 70 while it's running, because that should relieve my fuel pressure. This thing's just gonna run until it stalls out. Then we can set everything up we need to set up to do our testing, because we're gonna need on this an intake pulse sensor for sure. Let's just take this snorkel off too. See if the pocket screwdriver can do it. Yep. Now this shop told me that they went and put 8 fuel injectors in this car. I don't know why you would put 8 fuel injectors in a car. Of course, I wasn't here, so I don't know what the reasoning was, and I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna diagnose what they're asking me to diagnose, which is this misfire. Engine cover the rest of the way off. All right, I can see some coils, which is what I want, and I need a purge hose here. All right, I guess we'll have to just take it off from the manifold. Get a pair of pliers for that. Let's just get our diag case while we're at it. Oh, everything's spin around in here. Got the diag case. Let's get our pliers. Whew, warm in this van right now. There we go. Now the technician was telling me that when he checked this out, he had good compression in the cylinder that's showing up with the misses. My belief right now, based on what he's telling me, is we're gonna find all the evidence to check for a worn out cam lobe. Because if we have valves that aren't opening, we're gonna have good compression, but we're not gonna get the right amount of air into the cylinder. So everything from that point on is going to be off. Got our ground. Let's get our intake pulse set up. Is it this hose? I'd say that's a pretty good fit. Yeah, that's a good fit. right on there. Got this cable. I'm going to set this one up on channel 2. After I get everything set up, I'll go over the scope setup with you. But this is really the fastest way I have found to do this. Let's also hook up another lead for the battery voltage on the relative compression test that we're going to do at the same time. I like to do this test first because it gives me a whole wealth of information. You know, I know if mechanically I have compression loss, because that'll show up from the relative compression test, and I also know if I have any kind of wear to the cam, the intake part of it at least. I mean, I got a Hemi here, so I only got one cam. It'll show me if I got wear on that, because my intake poles are going to be different. Based on the fact that I got that heavy tick, I'm fully anticipating seeing a worn out cam lobe. I mean, for guys that do a lot of diag, this is nothing new. The whole point of this test isn't so much to tell you that you have a worn out cam lobe, because it can't exactly tell you that, but what it can do is give you a reason to take a valve cover off to inspect. All right, so we got a blue tan, and this one here is straight blue, so this has got to be our command. Let's back probe into that one, see what we're doing with this. Fire that back up. Also gonna need the firing order. What year did I say this truck was? 2014. Let's look up a firing order first for a 2014 Ram with a Hemi, because without that, this test is not as useful. Whew, man, it's warm. I like the sun and all, but the heat I could do without. And it's not even that hot yet either. I think it's only about 80 degrees today, but it feels a lot hotter. What do we got for? No. Anything gonna tell me the firing order? Oh, here we go. Specifications. That might make sense. So, based on the fact that I was teed into the cylinder on the passenger side up front, I'm in cylinder number 2, and we got a firing order of 18436572. So now we're gonna get our scope set up. So I know channel 1 we had on battery voltage. Channel 2 is gonna be our intake pulse sensor, so let's set that up for that. And channel 3 should be our command. So we got to zero out our probe, make sure we're on the right time base, and we're gonna start recording. So let's crank it. All right, so far so good, getting some good data. Crank it for a solid 10 seconds, and then look at it. Let's stop that. Let's zoom in and see what we got. Let's just set up our cursors for our measurements. So we said we were on cylinder 2, and we said the firing order was, what again? 18436572. So 18436572. So now let's zoom in on those intake poles. That is very strange that it's on an angle, but let's just scooch over. Zoom out and zoom back in. Let's zoom out. Let's turn off some of these. Let's go back in here on this. Still on an angle. I wonder why. Whew. Let's try recording that one more time. It's almost like it's losing vacuum. Wow, that's very interesting pull, but we'll take a look at it anyway. Let's get everybody else back here. Zoom in on both of these at the same time. See, that there, the fact that like these all kind of look like they're pulling down to about the same, but then this guy here is definitely not pulling the same. Let's clean this up a little bit. Let's get our cursors and let's take a measurement. Because I don't think our problem is going to be, like I said, with an actual compression leak. I think it's going to be with the cam worn out. You just add a little offset here so we can have the compression event lined up. And we were looking for cylinder number 3. Just take a look around. See that there? That and that are the concerning ones. Oh, too much offset. So, cylinder number 3 is right here. Cylinder number 7's over here. I think we're gonna also need, let me just zoom out again, see what's going on with the cranking. Because that's where we might actually see our problem. Because if we have an exhaust valve that's not opening, we're gonna have higher compression on one cylinder versus another. So just smooth this out a little bit. Let's just pan through, see if anything jumps out at us. Not seeing anything stick out. Nothing obvious. Let's see what it does while it's running. Just out of curiosity. Because I feel like that's not being definitive enough. I see something there, but I can't really make out what it is. I just want to save this. 2014 Dodge Ram 1500. I like saving all this stuff, because I never know when I'll need to recall it. The amount of times I've been asked, like, hey, do you know what was wrong with this car? And I just ask them for a VIN number, show it to them. Let's start recording. Turn the air on while we're at it, too. Get a good amount of data. Snap it too. See what happens after we snap it. Okay. Let's take a look. This thing actually stopped misfiring right now. Let's see. Anything? How about if I give it a nice little steady RPM? Yeah. See, I'm also showing up with a cylinder 5 misfire. I had a miss on all of them, which these readings definitely coincide with more than one problem. Because I'm expecting to see more like this, but this is all over the place, this cam. It's like there's almost nothing happening on here. Oh. Actually, I think I see the problem. Get this out of the way here. Because I have like two nice events, and then I'm missing it completely. Yeah, you can see that clear as day. Okay. Let's take another look at it. Oh yeah, I see it clear as day now. Once I turn that one off, it's pretty easy to see. Mark those cylinders again. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get these out of the way here. So, if I turn this off so we can get a better view, let's just move this over just a little bit so you can see it nice and easy. So the cylinder's not reporting misfires. All almost look like they have like these two pulls here. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. All right. So now on our cylinder that's saying it's misfiring, we're missing that first pull right here. It's just not there. Like we have a valve that's not opening. So they're gonna have to take the valve cover off for the bank that cylinder number 3 is on. I think that's the driver's side. And they're going to end up having to inspect the rocker arm and push rod for damage, which I'm highly suspecting they're going to find. I don't know why we put fuel injectors in it, but that's what we did. So that's it. The Dodge Ram is going to end up with a camshaft. They're going to have to take this off just to confirm it, but like I said, you can see it. It's right there. The tool, the intake pulse sensor, made it super easy. Just had to run the car and you could see it right there at idle. Just totally missing valve activation. Because that's the only way you're going to get that. Valve's got to pull. They all should pull the same. You got 8 cylinders. One of them's complaining. So let's take a look at that. Thanks for watching. If I get an update on this, I'll post something in the future. Hopefully they attempt to repair it. As always, have a good one.